Hey everyone, and welcome to the first ever Searching for Players podcast. We are brand new to YouTube. Hopefully you'll like what we're going to do. We're going to keep uploading some more videos. I am Player 1. You can just call me David. This is Player 2.
Alina.
We have Player 3.
Alex.
And Player 4.
Dallas.
And today we're going to talk a lot about gaming and maybe a little bit non-gaming. How does that sound?
Sounds awesome.
Sounds
Good.
like a plan.
I like
Yes.
talking.
Okay, good. So the first thing that happened this week, the big thing that we need to discuss, Alex, I know you're excited.
I'm stoked.
Sony held their, I think they called it the PlayStation meeting. They didn't even call it like a conference or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it was, they announced their plans for the PlayStation brand. Mainly they announced, first thing they announced was their Slim, which is going to be the new standard PS4 going forward. $299. It's like 30% smaller by like size, 16% lighter, and like 28% less power consumption or whatever.
Nice.
This is pretty par for the course, right?
Yes.
Sony always releases a Slim for pretty much all their systems. PS1 had one, PS2 had one, PS3 had like 2 or 3 different ones.
And I'm glad they're doing
PS1
it
had
because
a bunch.
the original PlayStation 4 is so big. I mean, I'm like, man, if only they had a smaller model. So it's a good thing they did
Knew it
it.
was coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of this really was a surprise at anything they announced at this conference. It was rumored and...
That's the only thing I know that they announced.
Right.
That's the only thing I heard
that's
out
the
of it.
Slim, which is basically the existing hardware, no changes, and it's replacing all the existing machines. That's what's going to be the normal PS4 going forward. Dallas?
Okay, yeah. So I don't play video games. I'm new to this world. So, so what it sounds like when you guys say they always introduce a Slim is they always have their consoles and or devices go on a diet.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They work the same,
Yeah.
they're just, now they take up a lot less
Alright.
shelf space.
Yeah,
So,
Weight Watchers for consoles.
Yeah.
yes,
something
yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Okay.
And
Takes
usually
them a
they
few
work the
years.
same. Like the PS2 dropped hard drive support and added built-in internet at the time or whatever. But normally it's the exact same hardware. They can just manufacture it smaller and cheaper, so they do.
So why don't they do that to begin with?
Because usually it's the hardware is new and they haven't figured out how to make everything miniature and keep it running the same and all that. And as technology advances, chips get smaller and all that kind of stuff. So
Okay, but then why not just introduce a new console? Does that make
when
sense?
they can make it smaller, or what do you mean?
Well, like a
Oh, you
different
mean a totally
version.
different console.
Yeah.
well, so that actually brings us to the next point.
Yes.
Okay.
Their second announcement is that they are also releasing something called the they call it the PlayStation 4 Pro. So everybody calls it the PS4 Pro. It's a lot easier to say. But and that is going to have the bigger hard drive, so it's going to have a 1 terabyte instead of 500 gigs. It's going to support 4K resolution. It's going to support HDR, which is the high dynamic range, which allows you to get more detail in the blacks. A lot of newer TVs are supporting that. But they also said all their PlayStations are about to start doing that. They're actually going to, even the existing PlayStations, it's going to be a firmware update,
Ooh.
and they'll have the updated HDR support. So
That's
that's not really an
nice.
advantage of this new console. All of them are going to be able to do that. But they'll have the 4K display, the 1 terabyte hard drive. Both the GPU and the CPU are getting an upgrade. I'm not sure on the exact specs. I know the GPU is supposed to be like double the power, and then the CPU is supposed to be faster.
GPU is game processing.
I
unit?
think it's graphics processing.
processing.
Yeah.
I was so close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually
close.
wasn't totally sure.
They both sounded legit.
Sounds
So-
like I know stuff.
Close out.
So basically, this is the upgraded PlayStation, kind of like you're saying. Consoles seem to be going away of phones to a certain extent, where it's more like an iteration versus full-on, new system. It's going to play the same games as the PS4, same discs. So if Alex bought it for a regular PS4 and I bought it for or I have a PS4 Pro, he can bring his disc over. It's the exact same thing.
Is the packaging going to be different? I mean, I guess that's something yet to be seen.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
'cause-
think so. It's the exact same game. It's just developers can build in the ability for the game to take advantage of the superior graphics.
It's supposed to be like
okay.
a PC game, so
Right.
it'll be the same
Right.
game, but
Your
you'll have an
hardware
option
is
to
gonna-
upscale
Right.
or
Right.
use the 4K.
Okay.
They're really talking about the advantages of 4K. At the conference, it was kind of a weird thing to say at a thing, but they said both YouTube and Netflix are making special 4K apps for their PS4,
Yeah.
so you can get that high-end 4K streaming content. The price, it's going to be out this November 10th. $399, so $100 more than the standard or now slim PS4. It will not, though, support 4K Blu-rays. They're not including a 4K drive. So it'll still do Blu-ray and DVD, but it's not going to support 4K Blu-rays. And then they also talked about something called forward compatibility, where existing PS4 games like Shadow of Mordor, some of the infamous games that came out on PS4, developers are going to release little patches for them that take advantage of some of that 4K and HDR, so you get slight improvements to your existing games that you can automatically just play on your PS4 Pro, which is kind of cool. What do we think, Alex? I know you have thoughts.
Yeah, so there's where you want to take it. You want to talk about the Pro, or so I mean,
and we can feel free to compare it to both the Xbox Slim that's already out, and then next year the Xbox Scorpio.
Well, so
is coming out. So Dallas, they're doing the same thing. Again, for people who aren't as into the tech and stuff, Xbox is also doing the same thing, where they're releasing upgraded versions of the existing hardware.
Okay.
They already came out with something called the Xbox Slim, or the Xbox S, Xbox One S.
Okay.
And essentially, it has almost all the same features as the Pro.
Except, well, it doesn't have, like, it's the same operating, like graphical, like the GPU or the CPU. Like,
right.
That's the same, but
right.
It's the high definition. It has
it supports the 4K. It has
4K
the bigger hard
movies,
drive.
yeah.
Okay,
And
so it just sounds like as far as graphics go, it's a better upgrade, but it sounds like it's not that much of an upgrade. To me, from what you guys are saying right now.
It is. I mean, it's incremental.
Okay.
So and they did stress that even if you have a 1080p TV, you will see some differences because the hardware is more powerful, so frame rates will be better and things like that. But they kept talking about you'll see this amazing difference if you have a nice 4K TV. So
yeah. So I mean, for me, there's a couple of things. So because you had mentioned it, kind of going back about the slim model. First off, usually, like when they first come out, they make them all nice and sleek, and they have like gloss finishes, and they just scrap all of that when they go to the smaller one. It's basically bare bones. This is what it does. Yeah, so they're both kind of doing it as David mentioned. They have the Xbox S now. That essentially is an improvement over the original Xbox One, whereas the PlayStation 4, the new Slim, is essentially the exact same thing.
It's exactly the same.
The exact same. So one is the improvement. So, and that you can buy now. It's strange. I feel that Sony, as they're trying to tout this as the next Pro, like it's Pro for pro gamers, people that spend a lot of money, that you don't include the 4K like drive.
Right.
So I do understand that, and they have a valid point. There's a lot of streaming.
Which I forget. Does the Xbox One S include a 4K drive?
It does.
It does. Okay, that's what
it does have the 4K drive.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually buy the 4K movie and put it in right now.
Right.
You can't do that with the $100 more PlayStation Pro.
Right.
So that's an issue for me. I mean, I don't know why. If you're marketing that way, like you would expect that you would kind of have everything because you're limiting your audience. I feel like when doing that.
Right.
So.
Do you have a 4K TV?
I do.
Okay.
I had
I
to
mean,
go
I'm just
buy
asking.
one. Yeah, I had to, yes.
Let me ask you this. November 10th, do you plan on upgrading?
Well, so I have it reserved right now.
You do?
I do have it reserved, but I'm on the fence,
Okay.
right? Because they're talking a lot of good like numbers and things like that, but when looking at it, what's going to take advantage of it and what's really the difference going to be? Because, yes, the Netflix and the YouTube portions are neat, but like how much better are the 4K games going to look? I got to see more on that.
Right.
So,
Alina, you have a PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Are you at all interested in this? Are you thinking about upgrading?
Probably not.
Okay. Now, the other reason that they talked about this too was the VR is coming out in October, the PlayStation VR. So you don't need a fancy computer. It hooks right up into your PlayStation. You can do the VR. And they said the PS Pro with that extra little bit of hardware, processing power and everything, gives VR developers the ability to really help smooth out the frame rate or bring more graphical fidelity to their games to give you a more realistic, immersive experience when you're doing VR. That kind of interests me. I don't have a PS4, so if and when I do get one, say when I get one, this will probably be the version I would get. For $100 more, I'm not upgrading. I haven't already spent a bunch of money on one.
Right.
and the VR and stuff. I
Yeah,
think
are
it'd be
there a
fun,
lot of
so.
VR games right now?
No, VR is in its infancy. Absolutely, the PlayStation VR hasn't come out yet. Like I said, it comes out next month, so we'll see how well it does. VR is still sort of in that experimental stage. The best headsets, you got to have the high end computer to run and all that. Will it catch on? We'll see in another year or two if it's still a big thing or not. I think the PlayStation VR could be a good entry point because I think they said the helmet is either $300 or $400, which is a lot cheaper than the other ones. And then, like I said, you just hook it up to your PS4. You don't also have to spend another $2,000 on a computer.
I saw them trying it out at like Best Buy.
Mhm.
They were having like demos or whatever, and they had it all set up.
Yeah.
It's curious to know if it's going to end up being like 3D TVs. You remember a couple years ago, those were all the rage,
Right.
and like everything was 3D, and now it's like, never mind.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see First Kid?
No,
It's a
what is
terrible
that?
movie.
Was Sinbad in that movie?
Yes.
Yes, I did see. I did see that
I
movie.
love it so much. But anyway, you know that scene at the end where the first kid is like playing that old school virtual reality. He's got the huge helmet and he's just and it's like just like 8-bit just blocks. It's just that's the type of VR I want to play.
You better take it all the way back.
All the way back.
I'm sure there
Yeah.
will be a game on there for you.
Okay.
Like that.
Like I'm down. I just want to do this.
And it will come with controllers, so there will be specialized controllers. You can
Yeah.
even buy the camera so that it can see your movements and all that. So
Oh, the
Hey.
move controllers, which
Yeah,
they
it does,
stopped
yes.
making, and I guess they're gonna
They're gonna
start
bring-
making.
They had a
again.
lot of leftover move controllers.
I'm
They're
sure
like,
they
what
did.
can we do?
I've been looking for them actually because I really want to play Umbrella Chronicles.
Wait, what's Umbrella Chronicles?
It's like
'Cause
a-
all of you
it's-
laughed.
okay, so
I
it's
want to
a-
laugh.
It's. Do you know the series Resident Evil?
Yes.
Okay, they made a rail shooter.
It's a movie.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I do
but
know
it's
that.
also a video game.
Okay.
And they made like a rail shooter that goes through each game, and you have to move it. The PlayStation version, you have to use the move controllers to kind of shoot them.
Maybe I don't know Resident
Okay,
Evil
that's
that
fine.
well, but what's a rail shooter?
So, all right, so
we'll get to that on our own show, Dallas. We're gonna teach Dallas how to play some games. We'll
okay,
get there.
rail shooter is really simple.
Okay.
You're pretend like you're on a ride. Have you ever been to Fiesta, Texas?
Yes.
Did you go on that Scooby Doo ride?
No.
There's a Scooby Doo
I don't
ride
like rides.
where you sit in a cart and they give you laser shooters and you
Okay.
just kind of go through the attraction and you just shoot at stuff. That's
Oh,
basically
okay,
what a
okay.
rail shooter is in video game.
Cool,
That's
cool, cool.
exactly what it is. You're just on a
You're
set
moving
track
and you're shooting.
and you're just shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's it. Anyway, I was looking for those because I want to play those games because I
Right.
like those games. You know what? Screw you.
Yeah, no, I like those games too, but I usually play them on the Wii because the Wii remote is actually more accurate.
But I don't have a Wii.
Oh, well, that makes it tough.
I
That's
bought
a
them.
topic
Okay,
for another
look, I
time.
bought them on Wii when they came out.
Okay.
Even though I didn't have a Wii,
Right.
and now I still don't have a Wii.
Did you just like text your friends like, "Hey, yo,
Oh, yeah.
you got
Oh,
this
yeah.
Wii? Like it's going
Yep.
down."
I
tonight.
went to my
got the
friend's
game."
house and I stayed there for about 16 hours one day and we just played
Nice.
the whole game.
Your friend knows, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
They were there with me. It's a 2-player game.
Hey.
I just didn't know if you
Little-
like snuck in.
Yeah, a little
No,
breaking and
I
entering,
just
play
Walk
through
downstairs.
Wii.
There's Alina. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So player 2's not
It was
back
good.
next
It
week.
was
We
good.
know that wasn't allowed.
So here's the other issue in Dallas that's be interesting. So Xbox is releasing an upgraded version of the Xbox One, like a truly upgraded one called the Scorpio, codenamed Scorpio. It doesn't come out till next holiday season, so we have another year. But this thing is supposed to be significantly more powerful. They've talked about teraflops and all this stuff about how much more powerful it is. Lots of
What is a
whatever.
teraflop?
I don't even remember. It's some processing power thing.
All right.
Anyway, so it's supposed to be significantly more powerful.
It does
So
stuff
I've
fast.
seen different arguments online. Some people have said Xbox has won this because their system's going to be more powerful. People upgrade to that because it's a significant upgrade, even if they already have an Xbox One. Some people said, no, Sony's going to win this because this new system, here's all the details. It comes out, in 2-3 months. We can get our hands on it real soon. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Is this... I mean, nobody here seems super excited about this. Like, I'm interested just because I don't already own a PS4.
I barely touch the PS4 as it is. I only bought my first game for it a couple of weeks ago.
Wait, so can I interject here? It sounds like there's not a lot of PS love here.
Oh, I love
I've
PlayStation.
played
Yeah.
That's
PlayStation.
his main...
Yeah,
Okay.
my main console is PlayStation 4.
Is PlayStation?
I don't even have a new
So-
Xbox.
between the three of you, it's kind of. Oh wait, but you don't have an Xbox.
We're equally spread out. I'm more Xbox. She's
Okay.
more PC, and he's more PlayStation.
Because
so.
with the exception of Alex, like you two, you guys were like, it's a I mean,
Just because I don't have the money for that.
Yeah, I have to pick
anymore.
and choose. I went with Xbox because that's where a lot of my friends were going to be online. So I went with Xbox so I could play
Okay.
online with
I
them.
go with PlayStation because I've been doing PlayStation for years. It's just sort of like the games it comes out with are like the kinds of games I want to play.
okay.
Mostly go to.
And like,
And
I'm
then-
not a fanboy for any one console. I
Yeah.
like them all.
Mhm.
I just can't afford them all. So.
Okay, you don't discriminate.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have both.
Okay.
So I just chose originally because the PlayStation 4, the graphics when they first were coming out, kind of swung that way.
Okay.
But prior it was Xbox 360 all the way, and I didn't really had a PlayStation 3 and didn't play it that often. So
Yeah,
So-
so it varies. Like I was really big into PS2, and then I
Yeah.
got into Xbox 360, and it's just
Is it more so like you're more a fan of the quality or more a fan of the games that come out on those consoles?
like I said, for me, it was Microsoft's sort of online system. That's where my friends are. Their online has always worked really well. There was a study just recently that showed Xbox Live is more reliable than PSN. PSN has more issues, more drops, more outages, things like that. So, and that's just, for me, that's just kind of where I'm at. But PlayStation does have some of the best exclusives sometimes, Uncharted and some of those kind of games. So,
yeah.
but
So taking it back to kind of the PlayStation Pro versus the Scorpio, I think for me the Scorpio, it's going to depend on price.
yeah, they have
So-
not announced an official
So there's
release
no
date
price,
or
you don't
price.
have
So.
all the specifics,
Right.
only that it's going to be the most powerful system.
Right.
So if it comes in and it's $800,
Okay. If
Right.
it comes in and it's $400, then yes, Sony probably has some decisions to make.
Well, and I
But
think by announcing their price, $400, Xbox has got to try to match that.
I think that's tough, perhaps. So that's the thing. So going back, we had talked about it earlier about having the 4K Blu-ray player. Like those standalone right now are what, $300-$400?
Yeah,
Not
4K
more?
player, yeah.
So, maybe that was a decision that Sony made to cut costs. Well, if Xbox is going to have that, what does that look like? So that's something that I'm kind of curious about.
Right. Yeah, so, and that's the thing, not all that it's been revealed yet about the Scorpio. There's still more info to be released. So.
And I do want to make a correction. The Xbox S, the
Mhm.
Xbox One S, only supports 4K. I don't think it's actual 4K player. I think I said that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know
I
the
don't think
Scorpio
it's-
will.
Yes, I know the S just plays 4K.
Right.
It can display
Do
4K.
like the live or the games
Correct.
in 4K, but not.
Yes.
It doesn't have a 4K
It doesn't have
player.
a 4K player.
The
So I just
Scorpio
wanna
will, though.
there's
Yeah,
confusion
yeah.
there.
And then one other quick thing. Leading up to this conference, some people thought there may be some game announcements thrown in.
Nothing.
None of that. It was mostly tech. They did show off some games that haven't come out yet running in 4K. They showed Horizon Zero
Yes.
Dawn. Is that what it's
Yep,
called?
that's right.
Which looked pretty good. They showed some stuff from the new Call of Duty,
Yep.
which in my opinion, the E3 trailer was more impressive than what they showed here. And then the only kind of big thing was they did show actual gameplay of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes.
We'd seen some gameplay at E3, but this was an actual sort of like 2 to 5 minute playthrough, like
Sure.
not cuts, not a montage of different scenes. So
There's going to be more Mass Effect.
there is, yeah. You did
Yes.
not know that?
I have to play the first Mass Effect.
I was a big fan. I played
Me
all
too,
three.
Alina. Me
Yeah.
too.
So Mass Effect is a game. There's no movie.
Okay.
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 Yeah, there probably
There's
will be
3
one
of
day.
them.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it was a really good series, one of my favorites. I'm
Yeah.
excited for Mass Effect.
There's a lot of
Andromeda. We'll see
talking.
what happens.
A lot of choices and decisions that you can really mess up.
Okay. All right.
And it was kind of funny
I think
because
if
some
it
people.
didn't have all the action stuff, then you'd actually like it.
Yeah.
Wait, but I like action
Oh,
stuff.
well,
I
I
think.
mean like playing action stuff.
Oh, well, yeah. You're probably
Skill
right.
level, we can set it lower. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think some people were just surprised because they
I
showed.
know.
They kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I mean, you're right. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
And
You'll
as long
prove
as-
us wrong one day, Dallas.
Yeah,
Don't
as
worry
long as
about
the
that.
enemies don't shoot, it's fine.
They did also show footage from the new Spider-Man game, which
That's
is
right,
being done
they
by,
did.
Okay.
which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's being made by Insomniac, who made all the Ratchet and Clank games and stuff. So everybody's like, "Oh, this could be,"
Decent.
and it looked good in 4K. So,
I'm just nodding.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
but it's
nodding.
also funny. You watch these streams, and they're like, "Look at all this gorgeous 4K footage," but it's not streaming in 4K.
So you can't
You
see
know,
anything.
my
That's great.
frame rate is going up and down and getting pixelated because the stream's not always good. So, but you could still get a little taste. So, Anyway, so I think that kind of covers that.
Cool.
So now we're going to move on. And I'll admit this next section I didn't prepare very well for. But this is going to... in these podcasts, we're always going to try to at least talk about one non-gaming subject. Still geek-related, movies, TV, whatever. And like I said, I didn't prepare very well this week. So we're briefly going to talk about the movie that just came out, I believe, this weekend. Sully, starring Tom Hanks.
Okay.
It was actually directed by Clint Eastwood. Did anybody go see it?
No, I didn't even know what is this movie.
Oh man.
So this movie is based on the true story, and I'm probably going to get some of the details wrong, but it was the plane that had difficulty, started having engine problems or whatever, and the pilot was actually able to land it in the water
Vahnson.
safely, and everybody was like fine on the plane or whatever, and it was kind of a big deal. And some people were saying he's a hero. Some people said, oh, he screwed up in the beginning or whatever. But Tom Hanks is playing the character. Like I said, it's directed by Clint Eastwood.
Sully Sullenberger.
Yes, full name.
Yeah.
And
the
it's got
pilot.
good reviews, and it actually was number one at the box office. It did like 35.5 million. So it's not a lot, but it was number one. Nothing else.
It's got that
sure.
T. Hanks in it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say like.
Which I'll just say for
can
the
you really
record-
go
Yeah.
wrong?
I never ever want to travel with Tom Hanks
Yeah, I
because
saw
in
that.
any movie he's traveling,
That's true.
he crashes, gets lost on an
I
island,
did see the
gets
song.
attacked by pirates.
Yeah, I did see
So,
that one.
Yeah.
If he had a volleyball in the movie Sully,
Yeah.
he would have been sold.
So nobody went and saw it. I did not see
No.
it.
I did not see
I
it.
mean, you know,
For me, that's the kind of movie. It looks good, but it's a rental, right?
I wouldn't mind watching it, but I just remember watching the news that day.
Right.
You know, I'm like, oh, I know it's gonna
Well,
happen.
you know how it ends.
Yeah, but
So-
you know, I didn't know about some of the not backstory, but all the other issues that were going on and people questioning Sullenberger's, you know, actual skill and quality, because at the time everyone on the news were saying this is just an amazing landing, this doesn't happen, and I think didn't geese fly into one of the
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that was
I
part
think
of
it
it.
actually may have been a bird or something.
something a bird, and then you know, like you said, there was engine failure. So I mean, it's like you said, it's T. Hanks.
Yeah.
Love him. Clint Eastwood. Well, you know what? I'm gonna reserve some of my comments about Clint Eastwood.
He's a very good director.
He is a very good director. I like a lot of his films. I do. So like that combination, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
They were printing some money with that.
Yeah.
I think.
They're like
Yeah, I think it was
Benjamins.
estimated. They were estimating to do just over 20 million. And
With
they
the-
wound up
with
doing
the 30.
35 and a
Okay.
half. So it
Did
Hey,
anything
yeah.
else come out this weekend? Like,
not nothing big that I remember. I'd have to.
Did
I mean, it's
Kubo
not- but-
come out this weekend?
I feel like
or
Kubo
last
came
weekend?
out 2 weekends
I
ago.
kind of want to see.
I actually
Kubo.
do want
really
to
I
see
wanna
it.
still
see
have
Kubo.
no idea what it's about, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
Do you have a better
I
explanation?
only
of-
know. I've seen a trailer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And it looked good,
Yeah.
and it interests me. I mean, obviously, so it's just.
I like that kind of animation art style
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So I really want. I might go see it tomorrow because I have off tomorrow.
I still haven't seen
Catch a movie or
Suicide
something.
Squad. I know I'm
I
behind.
still haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't seen it either.
I'm trying to get my boyfriend to go, and he's like every time I ask him, he's just like, "No."
I have
Like
seen
you're the one that
Suicide
wanted to go
Squad.
see it.
You
You're
have?
I did.
I
Okay.
have.
Is it all that in a bag of chips?
It is not bad.
I
Not
thought you were gonna
great,
say not a bag of chips,
but not a bag of chips. I would probably eat just one.
Okay. Okay.
not a Pringles.
Okay.
I heard some aspects. Like I've heard Will Smith is really good.
Yes, Will Smith.
I
should
heard
have
some
his
of
own-
the
his
other
own movie.
like appearances by certain, no spoilers, but certain characters that show up are pretty good.
Yes.
And I heard somebody told me it does a good job of kind of setting us up for the next.
Yes, so
set,
as far as a continuation of Batman versus Superman, I think it did very, very well compared to what they had done in the past.
Okay.
But there's been some other superhero movies where they had an ensemble cast that they all kind of met. I think the way those characters were introduced, like Guardians of the Galaxy film, seemed a little bit more natural than kind of what you had with Suicide Squad.
Oh, boo.
Okay.
So it wasn't a bad movie, but I still don't know if I'd rank it up there with like the Marvel movies.
Right.
So
That's a whole nother discussion.
that
for
is a
another
whole
time.
other discussion.
Not gonna touch that one.
All right, good. So next time we'll find a more in-depth non-gaming topic, but I just grabbed that quick today.
We could
so.
talk about romantic comedies. We could do it.
We could.
We could do it.
Or we can move on.
Yeah, don't unsubscribe. Like,
So now we move on to the section called Quick Hits. This will be news kind of in gaming that's been recent, things we haven't talked about before. Obviously, this is our first podcast, but going forward, you'll get the idea. And if it's something we're not interested in, we'll just move on. And if it's something people have opinions on, we can talk about it more.
I'm ready for it.
First thing, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
No
Now, for
idea.
anybody who doesn't know anything about that, it's being made by Koji Igarashi,
Yeah.
the creator of the Symphony of the Night style Castlevanias. Sort of, a lot of people consider it the golden age of Castlevania. The ones on the DS, the ones on PS1, all that. He has gone off. I guess he's no longer with Konami. Kickstarter.
but is anybody?
Well,
Is
yeah,
anybody
I know.
with Konami anymore?
Konami's a sinking ship.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
We'll explain later, Dallas. That's
Alright,
too
cool.
big to try to jump into.
That Konami.
Oh my gosh.
That
Anyways,
guy.
he did a Kickstarter
Okay.
to create his own game with his own people, and very much in the Castlevania style. Even the art style is very gothic.
Sure.
It looks like that similar gameplay of that Symphony of the Night, Metroidvania, what they call. It's supposed to come out next year. He has already said it is being delayed till 2018, and that they need to bring in more developers and more creators to work on this. Obviously, if you guys haven't really heard of it, you can't be too disappointed by that. Nobody here was a Kickstarter. I remember when it came out, I looked at it, and I meant to back it, as I do with most Kickstarters, and then I forget, and then the time runs out, and I can't back
Okay,
it. So.
wait, side note. I know we're talking about this,
Mhm.
but do you guys actually back Kickstarters? Because honestly, I don't really.
I've done a couple.
Yeah, I've done a couple as well.
Not a single one.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
And it's funny because I've never actually done a video game. Every time I mean to, I forget. But I did a comic thing and I did a movie thing by the Riff Tracks guys. They did a Kickstarter for one of their live things. I don't know if anybody knows about Riff Tracks.
I do know.
I do.
about Tracks, yeah.
I don't. That's cool.
Riff Tracks is basically the guys who used to do Mystery Science Theater 3000, except now
Okay.
they do it online and they do live performances in theaters and stuff. So.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, so a few of us have done Kickstarter. But anyway, so video games is real popular on Kickstarter. This is disappointing. This is a game I was keeping my eye on, but I can wait. I mean, there's so many other games and stuff. So, but. All right, moving on. World of Warcraft Legion released. Most recent expansion for World of Warcraft. Anybody here play World of Warcraft? Nope. Alex, I know you did a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Dallas, you play WoW?
You call it WoW.
That is the
I thought we were
popular
talking about
nomenclature.
Warcraft. Oh, that's one and the same.
What's WoW? No, I don't.
Okay.
But I've heard of it.
So you're not a druid orc. I probably already screwed that up because I don't play either. But
Oh my god.
Don't check the facts. Well, don't Google it,
We
please.
semi know what we're talking about.
So I just never got into MMOs.
I've gotten into a few, but not WoW.
Basically, online only gaming. Think
Not
of it
any
that
I
way.
had to pay
So
for.
Okay.
That's
Wait, but what does MMO stand for?
massively multiplayer.
Okay, you know what? I actually kind of knew that.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of is better than WoW.
Yes.
But if
Right.
none of us play it, it's been kind of a big deal. I guess some people are saying it's a lot better than the last expansion, but
Well, I've heard it's supposed to reinvigorate it.
Yeah.
And they actually added graphical upgrades
Okay.
once. So I think they've made some changes because it's been since what 2006.
World of Warcraft's been around a
Wow.
Even
long
before
time,
it's been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a wee young lad. Don't ask how we. When that game came out.
Moving on. Nintendo, I think at the beginning of the week, officially announced Mario coming to cell phones. First time.
That's right.
Now, the Mario, it kind of looks like old school Mario. I mean, everything's kind of updated 3D look, but it's got that old school, like Mario 1 look design. And it's basically a runner game. So Mario will always be moving to the right. You just do the jumps, the spins, the slides to keep him getting
That makes
coins
sense.
and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically a one-tap game, you know, not super in-depth. Is this something we're excited about? Dallas, I know you actually know Mario, right? So
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, I do. I think I played it a time or two.
I feel like everybody's tried
Yeah.
some Mario
Yeah,
game at some
probably.
point.
And not just in an arcade. Okay, not just in an arcade. And yes, I have been to an
Mario doesn't
arcade.
exist in arcades.
Oh no, it doesn't. I
that's
Except
why
Mario
he hadn't
Kart.
played-
There are Mario Kart arcade machines.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
throw
why
that
she
out
hadn't
there.
played Mario in an arcade because he doesn't.
Because
'Cause
we
none
wouldn't
of
be
us
doesn't
there.
go there.
Okay. Well,
Good try.
But is this, since Mario's always been exclusive to Nintendo systems?
well, but so
Now
then
we're
I
bringing
was
it to the
kind of
masses.
You
Right, 'cause I
were,
didn't
it's
play
true.
it in.
Okay, what is it coming out on?
Okay.
Phone games?
It's coming out cell phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
iOS first. Everybody thought it was an iOS exclusive for a minute, but it is coming out on Android. Just not right away.
Do you think this is because of Pokemon Go success?
I think.
Oh,
I think this has
assume
been in
so.
the works before
Okay.
Pokemon Go. I mean, it kind
I
of had to
mean,
have
that's
been.
already one Nintendo property that has come to
Right.
non-Nintendo system.
Right.
So here's another one, Mario.
And Pokemon
doing the
is
same
weird
thing.
though because it's owned by like Nintendo has the gaming rights,
Game
but it's
Freak.
actually Game Freak
Yeah.
that makes some of them, or then Niantic made
Right,
Pokemon Go, and then the Pokemon Company is owned,
Yeah.
and that's why everybody thought Nintendo made a ton of money on Pokemon Go, and they actually made
Yeah,
very
they-
little because of how
Niantic's
the rights.
the one that made
yeah,
all the money.
so
Yeah.
because Nintendo stock shot through the roof, and then like 2 days later it crashed back down when everybody realized they weren't the money makers.
They're
or
like,
whatever.
oops, sorry.
But no, Mario obviously owned by Nintendo. I forget who's actually developing it. It's not Nintendo. It's another cell phone company. I don't want to say Dimps, but it's something. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there because I know I'm wrong.
Zynga.
I don't know. I don't think it's Zynga. That's something I'll have to check on. But is this good? Is this bad? Is this showing Nintendo's desperate because the Wii U didn't do well and they're banking on the NX? In the meantime, they need to bring in money. Is it showing Nintendo's just embracing new technology, or not new now, but other forms of technology that they've always resisted? Is it,
I mean, that's a matter of, is the money going to go to Nintendo this time?
I think more of it will because it's
Okay.
Mario. It's their
Then
I think it
Nintendo.
helps. I mean, I don't see. I mean, all it's going to do is continue to get their product out there, especially with the success or lack thereof of kind of the Wii U.
right.
We know they have the NX or whatever it's going to be called coming out, but in the interim, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Right. And it's not free to play. It's an actual, you're going to pay. They haven't said the price yet, but you're going to buy it, and that's it. There's not like, now will there be microtransactions? We don't know. They haven't said.
There's gonna have.
There
to be.
probably
like
will be.
anytime you buy an app, whatever it is, whether it's a game or something else, there's always other transactions within that app. I know, it's crazy, right?
It's true, because even like, Angry Birds, right? You could buy the ad-free version for like $1 or whatever, but then you could still pay real money for Eagles or something. I don't know. I played it a long time ago. But there were still microtransactions in the game, even if you bought it.
Wait, it's not a movie. I kid. All right.
So will anybody be like, oh yeah, day one, I'm going
No.
to buy that on my cell phone?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't play games on my cell phone really. So.
And I suck at Mario, so why would I even... I suck at Mario. Runners aren't really my thing. And just,
What if he was walking? Like,
maybe
Casually
then.
strolling, grabbing
Yes.
coins. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If it was free, I might download it and then just to play it.
Mhm.
Now that I'll be talking about video games. Prior to this, no. Yeah, no.
No.
So.
Okay.
Hey, what about Snake? Did you guys play?
I
Snake?
love Snake.
Snake was awesome.
How
Did
come
you ever
YouTube
play-
doesn't have the Snake option?
Yeah.
Hardcore gamers play Snake on TI-83 calculators.
No.
Ooh, you know what? I
Wait,
never
maybe.
got that nerdy.
that's
My friend
I
made
just always spell
a
things.
like text
so
adventure.
technically you did.
We had a
Oh,
drug
yeah,
dealing
yeah.
one that went around my school. It was really like a commerce game, but it was all centered around selling and dealing drugs. Yeah. It was-
Instead of actually dealing drugs in high school,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
just pretend
yeah,
they're
we're
really
super nerdy about it.
Like, we don't want to get in
Oh,
trouble,
good.
but we still want the experience.
Yeah.
That thug nerd life.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our first podcast. Unless
Yeah.
anybody had any other subjects they wanted to throw out
They
there.
survived.
Yeah,
Um,
this was a little shorter. In the future, they may be a full hour, but like I said, we're just kind of putting this together, seeing how it goes.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed it.
yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hit us
definitely.
up.
I mean, if you stumble across this and you like it, hit the like button. What's the YouTube regular thing? Like and subscribe.
Mhm.
So subscribe because we're definitely going to come out with a bunch more videos.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do this podcast weekly, and then we're going to have a bunch of other gaming and maybe a
Gotta
few
do
non-gaming videos. and stuff.
Comment below.
Right. Absolutely. Let us know, though, what we could talk about, if there's anything we could do differently. let us know.
We could use the feedback.
Yeah,
Sometimes we
absolutely.
get in our own heads and
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
don't, we don't know what we're doing.
But if
anymore.
you love us, let us know.
Yeah.
I think I'm funny. I know I'm not.
So I think that's it.
Okay.
And so thanks for watching, and we'll
Thanks,
see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.